Hello, arcade gamers. This is Daniel, back again with BiggggyD's Arcade, back again with BiggggyD's Arcade. This is going to be my 9th episode of Chillin' Chat today. We've got a lot to cover. There are so many leaks coming out of Arcade1up this week. There's already been a lot of content made on it, but I'm going to definitely give my opinion on what I think is happening. And then also we're going to cover some AtGames products. This will be the first time that I've covered those, so I'm really looking forward to doing that. And then we're also towards the end going to be covering my live streams and what's going on with it and what I'm going to be doing here in the near future. So let's go ahead and get into it. So the very first thing that I wanted to cover were the Arcade1up leaks. So these started early on this week when an individual had gained access to the Miami facility. We don't know exactly how, whether that was he was a guest of Arcade1up or he was there for some work. We really don't have that answer, but there was an individual there, and he did take some pictures of a couple of products, one that we knew was coming, another we knew nothing about, and then he posted that on Reddit. And then later on it was on Facebook, and then all the content creators began to create their videos and their opinions on what's happening. So I'm going to continue with that, and we'll have yet another video on it. But that's okay because, everyone's going to have their take on what's happening. No one really knows, and it's always interesting to hear and, hear what people are thinking and what they think is going on. So I'll tell you what I think is going on here. So this is the Time Crisis cabinet. It was originally, I guess, leaked, or the product itself was leaked early this year, very early on, with a GameFly leak, which pretty much gave us the schedule of Arcade1ups for 2022. And all those have been accurate. They've all been released except for Time Crisis. So pretty much everyone's been thinking, is it coming by the end of this year? And I think we got the answer with this leak, or what I think is this leak is just a prototype. So I don't think that what we're looking at here is in any way a final product. This is just up here for show, so maybe investors can look at it, or employees that want to take notes and brainstorm ideas moving forward with it. So I think that's all we're looking at this point. And there's a lot of positives with it. So I've got my positives and what I think I really like about it, and then I have my negatives, which are things that I do not like about this one. And I'll start with the positives and what I think they are doing well with it. And I think I'm going to start with the look of it. I was taking some notes and doing some research on the original cabinet and the way it looked, and they did a very good job. I think the color scheme, the form factor, everything looks pretty spot on. I can't see the side panels, but I believe that's going to be the original artwork on the sides. And if it is, they did a very good job, I think, with it. And it looks a lot like the original, just a lot smaller, of course. And then, some other things that I like about it would be the marquee. It is tall. It stands, looks like a lot taller than the Big Blue even. So I think that really stands out. It's going to look really good in your game room. So if you want something different, you want a shooter, I think this is definitely going to be the best one. They've got the Buck Hunter, they've got T2, and those, there's a lot of complaints with those. I think they've improved a lot with this one. And this is going to be your best option of all the shooters available once this one's released. So then let me get into a couple of the negatives and things that I don't like about it, or things that I potentially may not like about it. So the first is going to be the pedal. That's the main concern. I mean, majority of the people out there and the people who have commented on this product so far are complaining about this pedal. It looks nothing like the original. It looks like it's plastic, very cheap. It's small. I mean, you would have to have a tiny foot. I'm a size 13 shoe, so that's not going to work very well for me. I think this is just kind of for show to kind of give everyone an idea of how it works, not necessarily how it's going to look. They probably are seeking more investment to get that made because that's, if they want to do it well and they want it to be well received, they're going to need to do a metal plate similar to the original cabinet, and it's going to be large. It'd probably take up that whole foot rest area there under the bottom. So, they got a long way to go with that part of it, but that's okay. If this is early on, they've got plenty of time to fix that. And it's good that we can voice our opinion through, platforms like YouTube, so they can then use that advice to, improve it. And hopefully they're listening with that. And then also the guns, I have a complaint with that. The original was only a single player. They may be doing 2-player games on it, but I think they would have been better off just doing one gun, just like the original, and then just taking turns if it's a 2-player game, if that was possible. I don't know what other games are including with it, and no one knows that, so we can only speculate on it. Point Blank has been one that we've heard a lot about, which may be on this one and maybe the reason they included that second gun. But it's definitely not for Time Crisis. And they could have definitely left that second gun off. But we'll see how it goes and, what they do with it. Another thing that I have a complaint about is the screen. The original has the recessed screen, and they haven't really done that on any of the shooters yet. I hope that they do moving forward, because that would give it a much better experience, in my opinion, for me at least. These shooters, when you play them in the arcades and that screen is way back in the cabinet, it just really improves that overall experience for me. So hopefully they can do that and implement that somehow. They would probably need a deeper cabinet, though, to make that work. It would have to probably be an XL, or a Pro series cabinet to make that happen. Also, I don't think it's going to have the better speakers. Very well could. I hope it does. But it looks like it could be just the quality of like the big blue speakers, because it looks a lot like that same speaker panel. So I hope it isn't. I hope it's better quality sound. But for the price point of this one, which is probably going to be anywhere from $5.99 to $6.99, it's probably just going to have the basic generic Arcade1up speakers we've been getting, unfortunately. But we'll have to wait and see on that. So the other thing, this is really cool, guys, is the Arcade1up online Wheel of Fortune CasinoCade. So we don't know for the CasinoCade, the online one, what other games there are. We only get the image of this box, and we don't even get an image of the product. So they may not even have this even, in prototype form yet. This may just be the artwork in the box that we're looking at, and that's all they have to this point. But I do like the idea of it. I think they've done a really good job with it. I think there's a large market for customers that love casino games. They love going to the casino and playing slots. So I think that they're doing well, and they are really brainstorming. They're thinking up some really good ideas. And this one, this is a home run. They're going to definitely do well. They're going to sell a lot of these. I mean, I know my parents would love one of these. My grandparents would love one. So it looks like it's like a 3/4 scale. So it's a pretty tall cabinet, it looks like. And it looks like it may have a DMD screen in between the speakers. That would be amazing, a color one. Plus the vertical screen right under it and some buttons. Maybe some upgraded speakers like the pinball. And who knows what's going up there at the top. That may be a marquee that's bright. So, man, there's no limit to what can happen with these and where they can go with a product like this. So, being live compatible and online capable, I believe it's going to be some form of electronic funds that you purchase some type of Arcade1up money with, and then maybe they have prizes. Maybe they have T-shirts or hats or things you can purchase with your Arcade1up coins or something with these. I don't know where they're heading with that yet. They would have a lot of hurdles, definitely, if they were doing any form of real gambling, which I don't think that they're doing. And this is all going to probably be some form of play money for maybe prizes and things like that. So we'll see where it goes. But man, they could do poker, they could do roulette, they could do everything. So let's see how this goes early on. But I'm going to be covering all of it, and definitely making sure that everyone else is informed on what they're doing with this in these CasinoCades. And we don't know the name of what's behind the CasinoCade. It just looks like a wall-mounted or maybe a door-mounted slot machine with various franchises and shows. So the Wheel of Fortune is on there. The Price is Right. Let's Make a Deal, Jeopardy. So they're getting some major franchises, major IPs here. And this could be huge. Sky's the limit with this. They're your typical, 40 to 50-year-old who's into retro gaming. That's a market, but man, they're opening up to a totally different one with these products. And customers can become Arcade1up customers through something like this that never would have been interested in an arcade, but they would be interested in something like this. So I know as a gift for my family, I'm not going to run out and buy them an arcade machine, but I would definitely be interested in getting them a slot machine because I know they would play it and they really enjoy it. And if they can play it online, man, that just keeps the replay value going. So interested to see what's going on with this. So other news, of course, is Blitz. We still don't have online for Blitz. We still don't have online for Marvel vs. Capcom 2. So every week on my episodes, I'm going to be commenting on that and just letting you guys know when that's going to happen. But we believe Blitz is going to happen first. So hopefully here very soon, we'll be getting an update on that. And everyone can play their Blitz cabinets before the NFL season is over online. But now we can see that the Killer Instinct Pro Series is below Blitz on the website. So, they're not doing well. They only had 500 units available originally. And it's been about a week and a half now and over 10 days, I believe. And they still have not sold the 500 units. And you got to think as a customer, there's, millions of Arcade1up customers. There's billions of people out there. So to not be able to sell 500 units is not a good sign for the Pro Series moving forward. Hopefully they can still, sell out of these 500 and they can do a MK or a Street Fighter Pro, but it's not looking good right now. They need to get these 500 units out the door, and they need to get them out fast. And the longer that this lingers and this continues to be, out there that they can't sell the 500, it doesn't look good for the product or the Pro Series of cabinets moving forward. So looking forward to seeing what's going to happen with that. But another product that I have not covered on any of my shows so far, but I've been very interested in, they just haven't had a product that I've personally been able to purchase. Most of what AtGames does very well are large cabinets that take up a lot of room, that are heavy, and they offer a lot, but they're not good for like an apartment, which I live in. And they're not good for people that move. I typically have had or wanted to move. Like I moved from Dallas to Phoenix just this year, and then I'm going to be moving again next year into a bigger place. So I just don't want to invest in anything heavy and large like the Legends Ultimate or even the larger pinball machine. So even though I like them, I have not been interested in them. But they did release a product finally that is on my radar and one that I'm probably going to get if they can make it be the price point that I need it to be at personally. So it's the Legends Pinball Micro, and they're taking reservations right now. So it's $50 to reserve it, and you probably will get it soon. I don't know when, but I know there are customers out there that already have theirs. I know P-Dubs received his, and he's already doing content on it, so you can check it out there. But it's $450, and that's the main thing that's holding me back right now is that's a lot of money. you got to think $450. That's like the price of a PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X. So you're talking serious hardware at that price. And they're trying to sell this little micro pinball at $450. I think they're overreaching big time. I think this is probably worth about $300 or less. So hopefully Black Friday comes around and they can do that. They can do like a $299 out the door with shipping, and I would be a customer of AtGames at that point. So we'll see if they can make it happen. If not, I'm going to wait, and I'm going to continue to wait until I see the price that I think it's worth. But that's been a problem of theirs, is they don't really do huge deals. But I have seen some around holidays like Black Friday. So we'll see what they do this year. I'm really interested in getting this one, though, and doing some content on it as well. But something else I'm enjoying doing now is live streaming. I actually did my first one last weekend. Everything went very well. I did Sonic Generations, and I played for over an hour and a half. I had a couple hiccups happen where I lost the game. I lost control of the game, but I was able to resolve that quickly while the stream was still going. And nothing, stopped that. So everyone was still able to chat, and we had some people join, and it was a lot of fun. I did do it late in the evening, so it really wasn't a good time for a lot of people to join, but I didn't really want a huge crowd there for my first live stream because I wanted to get a grasp on what I was doing. But I really enjoyed it, and I will be doing more content in the future like that to kind of fill in between the shows. And I did a poll this week, and we chose Castlevania, Mega Man, Crash Bandicoot, or Resident Evil 4. And the poll did well. There were 8 votes already. 50% had chosen Castlevania. So that'll be my next live stream is it. I'm going to do the Steam version of it. And we're going to be playing Castlevania Lord of Shadows, Mirror of Fate HD for Steam, which won the poll. So that probably be at least an hour and a half long. I've played some of it so far, and it's a great game. It's a lot of fun. There's some of the bosses are really difficult, though, so we'll have to work through those and get to the later parts of the game. But I'll start from the beginning and see how long we go. But then also something else I've been working on is my PS5. I've got it all hooked up in the other room. I've got a capture card. I've got another computer in there, and I did testing all this morning with it, and everything went very well. Wasn't a live stream, it was a recording, but it all worked. The sound was good, the gameplay was good, everything I liked. So I'll be moving forward with a test live stream and then probably an immediate public live stream right after that. And I've chosen Code Veronica X. So I'll be playing that. It's a PS4 title, which I purchased for $2.99 last week on a deal they were running online on the PlayStation Store. So definitely tune into that, and I'll try to give some notice beforehand so everyone can plan to watch. But that'll be an hour and a half at least as well. And I'll choose other games in the future for the PlayStation 5. So then I'm mixing in some computer, some PlayStation 5. I'll also probably be doing PlayStation Classic and maybe even my Sega Genesis Mini. We'll see how everything goes and what people are enjoying. But I do appreciate everyone who tunes into my channel, watches this, and comments, likes. If this is your first time watching, definitely subscribe. We're well over 100 subscribers now, so we're really moving the channel along, and I'm looking forward to growing and improving. I've been working on intros and closing videos and things that can improve the channel. So I hope you guys are enjoying it, and I'll be investing in better cameras and things in the future too to do more. So I hope you guys like it, and I will see everyone in the next video. Bye-bye.